The last time Lynn Council was at this art center in Apex, North Carolina, the inside looked very different. For decades, this was Town Hall.
This is the first floor, and you would have come all the way back here, and the jail cells were back here.
Even 67 years later, Lynn remembers well the time he spent here and the man who arrested him. Back then, Apex Police Chief Sam Bagwell acted with near impunity to carry out racist attacks. His brutality was well documented by news outlets of the time, but he escaped most punishment because he was, as the Carolina Times put it, a valuable asset to the average southern town. His job, quote, to keep Negroes in their place.
He was a mean man now. He ain't mean ways by him.
One November Tuesday in 1952, Bagwell arrested Lynn Council, claiming he was a suspect in an unsolved convenience store robbery. Council would not admit to a crime he says he did not commit. Lynn recalls Bagwell became more and more frustrated by his denial.
He hit me, slapped me on the stool.
Apex town historian Toby Hollenman says then Council was taken to Wake County for more interrogation. The next day, a trial.
At which time it appears he pled not guilty because he wasn't guilty.
The next morning, 2 of Bagwell's sheriff deputies took Lynn and the other 7 suspects into their police cars. They drove 10 miles into the country to what's now a 2-lane highway near a suburban neighborhood. Council says he was led underneath this tree, where a noose was looped around his neck.
And then they got on the other end of the rope and pulled it, so they pulled his feet off the ground.
I thought myself, I said, they're gonna keep me out in the wood and do me and leave me down here.
After a minute hanging off the ground,
And he dropped me down. Yeah. Tell her where that money at.
Lynn had no answer. He was taken back to prison and released the next day.
All right, I want to hear what you got to say.
Earlier this year, Lynn told his story for the first time. When Wake County Sheriff Gerald Baker heard it, he felt called to act.
It just kind of rested on me and my heart to stop and recognize for the entire world that this office did a terrible thing.
The Apex Police Department publicly apologized to Lynn, and the community held a ceremony in his honor.
Happy Saturday. Welcome back to On the Shoulders of Giants. I am Joseph Ward here bringing you what's happening right now in the Negro world, what's happening with black people all across the globe. But today we're focusing on some specific things, police matters. That's why I'm opening up with the video that I'm opening up with. A man in North Carolina was hung by sheriff officers because, for one, like they said in the video, the job of the sheriff was to keep Negroes in their place. So that's an overarching theme for this live today is people who are in a position to feel like it's their job to keep Negroes in their place, right? Because we're dealing with the William McNeil Jr. incident, right? But we're starting with this. They hung this man from a tree to try to get him to confess to something that he did not do. And one of the main points was to keep these Negroes in their place in this town, because when Negroes get too uppity, something has to happen. When Negroes get out of their place, it's their job to go old school and keep Negroes in their place. Wow. They literally hung this man from a, thank God this man is alive. He was hanging from a tree for a minute. That's a long time if you're hanging. That's a long time if you're hanging from a tree for a minute. They hung him to try to get him to confess to something that he knew nothing about, that he had nothing to do with. That's crazy. But I did videos years ago about the history of policing in America and the history of the slave patrol and how the overall police force in America, the modern police force, was formed. And of course, we know we have roots in the police force that was formed in the UK and we have roots in the slave patrols that were formed here in America. And it was an amalgamation of both of those moving forward, but more of the slave patrol tactics took over, right? And it's all about making sure that Negroes understand the laws that white people set for them to maintain the hierarchy, to maintain power, once again, to keep Negroes in their place. That's wild. But make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share. Please hit that like button. Come on in. I thank you for welcoming me. I apologize for going live this late, but hey, I had to serve the community. We had an event today where we got some free haircuts for some community members and their kids. Passed out a lot of free resources, and you know, went out there and did our thing, did health screenings and everything. It was hotter than a mug, but we was out there serving our community. So that's why I'm here starting at 6 o'clock. But without further ado, we're gonna get into this William McNeil situation, and we really gonna dive into it and use our critical thinking skills and our brain power to analyze this fair and square down the middle. Now, I've watched enough footage of this already, so this is not my first time seeing this. So I've watched enough footage of this already to have an idea of what I think about the situation. And so far, I can see things on both sides that could have been done different. And there are some things that William McNeil Jr. did that didn't help himself, and these officers were wilding, but I don't care what he's charged with. There is nothing I watched so much video. There's nothing that William McNeil Jr. did that warrants him being punched in the face and beat up. There's nothing he did that warranted him to be beat up. So, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's not even waste no more time.
Pulled me over. He walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? He said,
The last time.
Well, for one,
hold on.
Your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
hold on, let me start over.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work.
Well, I know I'm stopping early. First and foremost, his seatbelt is on. So one of the things when you see the other video, when the officer walked up, the officer claimed that, for one, his headlights were not on during inclement weather, and the exact word that the officer used was inclement weather. So I live in the state of Florida, so you know I'm familiar with looking up these statutes. So the initial reason for the stop, for one, was no headlights on in inclement weather, and two, not wearing the seatbelt. And you can see in this part of the video that he actually does have a seatbelt on. And oh yeah, and I'm just to let y'all know, I'm gonna be a little incognito in this one because I want to make sure we dive deep into this and are looking at the screen and looking at what's going on.
Right? Okay. And then I said, so
seatbelt
what I did
right
wrong?
Here.
Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, okay, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
So he asked about the headlight. So let me try to back it up a little bit so you can hear what the officer said, because what William McNeil asked about the law is important.
Multiple people headlights off, okay, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
So of course, I mean, you know me. So so this is Florida statute 316.217. I'm pulling out the statutes early in the video, and I pull them out again in the video. But Florida statute 316.217, when lighted lamps are required, and this is for the state of Florida. Every vehicle operated upon a highway within the state shall display lighted lamps and illuminating devices as herein respectively required for different classes of vehicles, subject to expectations with respect to parked vehicles under the following conditions. At any time from sunset to sunrise, including the twilight hours. Twilight hours shall mean the time between sunset and full night, or between full night and sunrise. This part is very key. 3.61B. Statute 316.217(1)B. It says during any rain, smoke, or fog. During, the key word is during any rain, smoke, or fog. I've watched enough of this video that can tell you that it had rained. It had rained. Nobody's arguing that there's water on this car. So we know that it had rained at one point. But the statute says clearly, it says during any rain, smoke, or fog. Keyword is during the rain. So at this point, he didn't legally, by the Florida statute, he didn't legally have to have his headlights on at this point because it was not actively raining at this time. It wasn't during rain, right? It doesn't say before the rain. It doesn't say after the rain. It says during the rain, right? Rain, smoke, or fog. And you can look at the screen over here and see that his seatbelt is on. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, the law enforcement officers did not have to have, well, they didn't have their headlights on. And of course, we all said that. But then reading this whole statute, it says law enforcement vehicles may be operated without the display of lighted lamps required by this chapter under the following conditions. Operation without the display of lighted lamps is necessary to the performance of a law enforcement officer's duties. So when a law enforcement officer is performing a duty, he doesn't necessarily have to have his headlights on. So I do want to say that. And I see you too, Tiffany. I see you too. Like she said, hit that like button now. Peace, God to you, Kush. I appreciate you for tuning in. Peace to you, my brother. Peace to the God and goddesses and all the high vibrational human beings, because that's what we're working on, making sure we become and produce as many high vibrational human beings as possible. But that don't mean we're going to lay down and be stepped on. So let's get back into it.
Huh? Can you pull that law
Yeah,
up?
when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you pull? Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit.
So the initial punch to the face. The initial punch to the face. Back it up just a bit. So they go to break the window so they can remove him from the car.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
The initial punch to the face. What did he do, or what threat did he pose that would warrant him to be punched in the face? Now, as I stated in the beginning, I am not going to sit here and act like William McNeil Jr. was completely innocent, right? Because we're going to get to that. We're going to get into more detail because he did have weed in his pocket and he was driving without a suspended license. So he wasn't really supposed to be driving anyway, right? But there is nothing that he did that would warrant him to be physically struck in the face. Nothing, right? Ego, white folk ego, officer ego. You're not doing what I said do, right? Because their job is to keep Negroes in their place. That's their job, to keep Negroes in their place. And this Negro didn't know his place. So they had to do what they needed to do to keep this Negro in this place. And one of the things that they did, which was clearly stepping over the line, was punching that man in his face.
Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason?
Hey, hopefully nothing ever happens to you, Kevin. Because, hey, big deal, right? Big deal. We remember that, though, Kevin. Big deal.
Sir, what is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No, don't.
You can see him be punched in the face again before he slammed to the ground. It was, look closely, you can see him being punched in the dude uppercutted him in the face.
All right. No, don't.
One more time.
Show me your hands.
Here.
Station 33 at 15:21 hours.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
No.
Right there. He just punched him in the face. He just punched him in the face. That excessive force was not needed, right? As Kush say, effery at its finest, right? Said, but Neely Fuller Jr. always followed the 3 F's. Remind us what the 3 F's was, because I remember the 3 T's off the top of my head: trashy, trashy, terroristic, and tacky. I remember that.
Stop fighting!
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back! Hands behind your back!
What's wrong with you?
I was putting my hands behind my back.
Stop.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking tooth and shit, bro. I was fooling, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
You
Yes.
have a lawful reason,
Big
bro.
knife center in here too.
Hey, well, Kevin, in your own words, big deal. In your own words. Remember, that's what you said. Look, this is what you said, Kevin. Big deal. In your own words, big deal. But we're going to get back to the broadcast.
You gonna throw me phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off
now,
of you,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's not how it works.
Too late.
It ain't no too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
Sir, your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, sir. Can you back me up to the car so I can lean up? Shut up. When he pulled me up.
Echo Charlie Whiskey.
Okay, so that was the video that William McNeil Jr. recorded from his phone. That was his video showing his point of view of what the officers did to him, right? Excessive force straight up excessive force, right? Was there some I've watched enough police cam videos. I've watched enough of them. I watched enough police cam videos to tell you that they were definitely going to get him for resisting, especially after seeing this video, right? They were definitely going to get him for resisting, but also, you know, their ego was hurt. Their ego was hurt because this Negro don't know his place. And they got to keep Negroes in their place.
On a silver Kia. I know how this.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. 2 things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight.
3,
I don't need the lights. And it's not raining. It's not raining.
oh, this is inclement.
Yeah. No, I'm down. That's one of the first things that I thought about. Not in the term of the 3 F's. But that's one of the first things that I thought about is, you know, we have to make sure that we make the best decisions, not emotional decisions, but the most logical decisions for ourselves to make sure that we can do what we need to do. Because a lot of this, the headlights and the seatbelt could definitely be contested in court, right? And he would definitely come out victorious in that, because you have videos showing that, for one, his seatbelt was on, and we could look at the statute, and the statute is saying that you have to have your headlights on during rain, not before the rain or after the rain. But, you know, we have to make sure that we're making the best decisions overall, and understand who we're dealing with. We're dealing with a different culture of people who their culture was built on violence. That's all they know. And especially when their ego get hurt. And when their ego get hurt, and then you got a culture built on violence, they're like, oh man, we got to lash out. And so here they are lashing out on William McNeil Jr. So yeah, you're definitely right. I agree with Neely Fuller on that. Don't fuss, don't fight, don't flee.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm proper dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Oh, my bad, Kevin. If I took your words wrong, my bad. I thought you were saying big deal to him being beat up by the cops. That's how I took that. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. Definitely, I apologize if I'm wrong, because that is definitely when you posted big deal, that's what I was looking at. Well, because we're looking at a man get beat up by a group of cops, and you just put big deal in there and no context. So yeah, that's what I was thinking, that you were saying big deal to him being beat down. So
step out of the vehicle.
No,
step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For 940, driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Now, hold on. Let's go back a bit.
Call your supervisor.
Really, there's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing.
So let's get the breakdown going. Hold on. All right.
Charlie Whiskey.
Oh, here's the walk up.
Kia. I don't like this.
So bam, he opened up the door, and he's gonna explain why he's opening his door.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have.
So you see, he used the word inclement weather. He specifically used the word inclement weather. Look up Florida Statute 316.217. I have it right in front of me. It says 316.217 statute 1B during any rain, smoke, or fog, not before or after. Specifically says during any rain, smoke, or fog.
Your lights on. Two things: you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights, and it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm proper dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No,
step out of the vehicle.
I don't know. We'll tell you. Them pigs, they been dirty pigs from the beginning.
25 seconds. For 940, driver just slammed the door and locked it. Yep.
So you see, he's closed the door. So this is the part when I was like, all right, well, this is when they're gonna get him for resisting.
Call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35.
See, and even there, he's saying, call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. So the supervisor is supposed to be called. In this instance, he's no threat. And right now, the thing is inclement weather. As far as what the officer is saying, inclement weather with no lights on, and the officer is going to try to say he don't have a seatbelt on. But we saw from the other angle that he does have a seatbelt on. But even here, he's saying, call for your supervisor, which he's supposed to call for the supervisor. So there are things that are. So for one, the police, in my opinion, from what I'm looking at in the statutes, and for what the other laws and stuff that I looked up, so he doesn't have to have his lights on right now, and he does have a seatbelt on. So at this moment, from what I've looked up, the officers are in the wrong, and he's asking, "Hey, call for your supervisor," and they don't want to call for their supervisor.
I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No,
step out of the vehicle.
So at this moment, this is when it's going to be declared resisting. I've watched enough police cam videos to tell you at this moment, this is when it's declared resisting from them.
25 seconds. For 940, driver just slammed the door and locked it. Yep.
Unit 1033.57 units 1050 at West Palm and Commonwealth.
25 seconds. If anybody responding, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
So he's still asking for the supervisor at this
Keep your
point.
hands where I can see them, sir. Your
And
camera's on too.
He's still not a threat.
I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take a...
So at this point, yeah, I mean, he's going to go to jail for resisting. Well, he's going to get charged for resisting. He's definitely going to have the resisting the charge, whether it sticks and stuff like that. At this point, before everything else happened, don't know, but it's definitely going to be, the officer is going to say he's resisting. This is Florida. This is Jacksonville, Florida, and we talk about some race soldiers, right? And I live in Florida. Trust me, race. Don't let the beaches fool you. And remember, Jacksonville is in North Florida. It's a different type of Florida up here. This ain't beaches and sunshine up here. All right, and that is Trump country as well.
Son, the worst is gonna be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay.
At this point, he's locked himself in the car.
Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window.
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need to comply.
No, he's under arrest.
Hey, I'll lock the car. I'm going to push it up.
So I also want to say, I've watched enough police cam videos to know that if, of course, we know if it was a white person, a white woman, it would be different. And, you know, they don't even want to go down that road. But I've seen police officers in situations with black men handle situations like this better. Even when the behavior of the black man was worse, the black man was still not beat up. How the hell does this brother get beat up when his behavior, none of his behavior warranted him being beat up? None of that. Hey, man, their feelings are hurt. Their feelings are hurt because remember, that's why remember what the video I played in the beginning. And remember what they said about the sheriff. The job is to keep Negroes in their place. This Negro don't know his place. He uppity. So he don't know his place. So they got to show him.
Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
Can you unlock the door and step out? I will. Can you step out? You're being done. If there's a traffic stop being conducted, you're required to comply.
Vehicle's blocked in.
Yes.
He's locked it up. Put the window down.
Correct.
I tried to talk to
Huh? Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess, talked to you?
When he pulled me over, he walked up.
All right,
My window.
So you see they have the original video from William McNeil Jr. and the officer body cam video. So William McNeil's video is a different angle, so it's going to show things different. So it shows the punches and everything that the officer body cam video doesn't show.
There you go. And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights off.
Okay, that's still
and then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up? Huh? Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Hey,
can you pull it?
And I just crossed my mind. Let me reiterate. Especially if you're coming late to the broadcast, first of all, welcome to On the Shoulders of Giants. Thank you for tuning in on this Saturday, hanging out with me. But I've heard a lot of conversation around, well, the officers did not have their headlights on. Of course, that was one of my initial thoughts. Well, hey, they pulling the brother over for not having his lights on during this time. Why don't they have their lights on? And remember, this is still during the day. And according to Florida statute, the officers do not have to have their lights on during when they're conducting a duty. So, and I'm going to read it. Specifically, operation without the display of lighted lamps is necessary to the performance of a law enforcement officer's duties. And they're talking about the lighted lamps in that car. So the officers don't have to have their headlights on during this stop. But once again, William McNeil Jr., for one, is driving during the day, and two, he's not driving while it's raining. It's not raining. At that time when he's driving, it's not raining. It had rained, and the statute clearly states that during any rain, smoke, or fog, you have to have your headlights on. So just want to reiterate that in case you're new coming in. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, please.
Call you supervisor? Can you call you supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 16.1 hours.
Here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
I'm just saying, if we're going to say the brother didn't have his seatbelt on, then why did they take his seatbelt off? I'm just asking. Does my eyes deceive me? Do my eyes deceive me? And I have the police report in front of me, but do my eyes deceive me? Because the sixth count, or the sixth thing he's been charged for doing this arrest, is Florida seatbelt law, driver not belted to be cited. They literally just took the goddamn seatbelt off of him. They took the seatbelt off, but in the police report for the sixth charge, it says statute 316.6144B. They literally just took the seatbelt off of him, but they're saying he didn't have a seatbelt on. You can see right here in the video, he has a seatbelt on. Hey, man, you can say what you want to say. Over here, we're going to speak the facts. And if you don't like it, I get it, but we're going to speak the facts over here. He was driving while black because according to the statute, he shouldn't have been pulled over. And he shouldn't have been pulled over. Nobody's saying he was completely innocent. Nobody's saying that. Because did he have some wrongs? Yes, he had some wrongs. But according to the statutes, he shouldn't have been pulled over anyway. So, yeah. But, hey, he didn't do anything wrong. We'll say that. We'll say he didn't do anything wrong. Nobody's saying that he did everything right. And yes, he should have complied a bit more. But nah, that doesn't warrant him getting his ass whooped. Right? And just follow the instructions. That don't work for us. And it is about race because he shouldn't have been pulled over and he getting his ass whooped. Hey, that's how we getting down over here.
What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
They just took the seatbelt off.
No.
Uppercut him, throw him to the ground. Punch him a couple more times. Matter of fact, this police cam video, the officer who's wearing this body cam is the one who's actually punching him. He's punching him every time.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
Punching action.
Show me your hands.
Here.
Just following instructions.
1033 at 16.1 hours.
Here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No.
Uppercut. Look at the police cam video. Punch. That's like 5-6 punches right there. It's like 5 or 6 punches. Hey, he gonna get some. If we got another video, he gonna get some money. He gonna get a little paid. He gonna get paid. Now he did have weed in his pocket, and he was driving without a suspended license. That did happen as well. So he's not innocent completely, right? But according to the statutes, he shouldn't have been pulled over in the first place. If we're looking at the statute, we're going by the statute because it's not raining, and he didn't legally have to have his headlights on at that time during the day.
Resist, hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was on.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No.
Yes, bro. Yes.
That was lawful reason, bro. You look on the phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you, bro.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's not how it works. When they asked me to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
So your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, but I didn't do nothing.
No resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I don't know. Can you back me up to the cop car clean up? You was busting that shit, bro.
You start rescue. 1067. Approximately 30-year-old Bravo 9. Last race. I did.
Hey. And right. But see, that's why masculine men need to be in the lives of our sons to make sure. Because look, we had this conversation all the time, Tiff. Men have to prepare men, especially black men, have to prepare black boys to become black men and exist in this world that we actually exist in, not the world that we want to exist in. So it's about making sure that, for one, women out here making babies with men who are competent, and two, that man is making sure he's doing what he's doing to prepare his son for the world he actually live in and to actually help to make this world better. So I feel you.
Thank you.
Shout out to my brother Damon. How you doing, Damon? Thank you for tuning in.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You good? Yeah, you or him? Oh, okay.
It would also help if white men didn't wear bed sheets and run around in the dark on horses, terrorizing people. It also help if white men didn't shave their heads and run around in German type gear, little crazy type gear, and terrorizing people. It also help if white men don't dress up in all black and terrorist outfits and go shoot up schools. I'm just saying, we could be here all day. Exactly, my brother Damon. Exactly. It's about butt breaking. They didn't like his attitude. Who you think you is, Negro?
Yeah, Eric. Yes, sir.
Hold on. Before, because this is the video of the sheriff coming up, the Jacksonville sheriff explaining what's happening, right? And these reporters are grilling the hell out of his ass. But yes, my brother Damon, it is another butt breaking video. You are on point. We'll keep trying. Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. It's about time to do something new. It's about time to do something new. Black masculinity and the black family are very important. We need those things. Yeah. Now you finna get it. Finna get a little more, man. Listen to this. This what they call them bootlickers. Listen to the sheriff talk about what's happening up there, looking like Deputy Dog.
I know that he was charged with resisting arrest without violence.
Yep.
But there was, when I go back and look at the other video from the cell phone video,
Yeah.
I can understand the officer punching the window out. But what I don't understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch. I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Nah, that's let me because you got to hear the question. Because he do a good job of tap dancing. He doing his yes sir tap dancing. So
I can understand the officer punching the window out. But what I don't understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch.
what the fuck was it then? Deputy Dog, what was it if it wasn't a sucker punch? Because it's not like they squared up on each other. They didn't square up on each other, bro. They wasn't in the ring, you know, about to go at it. It wasn't declared that they finna fight. It was a sucker punch. The man posed no threat. He was not doing anything but sitting there at that time. Yeah. Was he complying totally with the officers? No. But that didn't mean that the officer supposed to reach through the window and hit him in his face. They didn't have to hit him in his face to get him out of the car at that point. It wasn't no sucker punch. Deputy Dog, it was a sucker punch. It was a sucker punch. What the hell type of punch was it? So Deputy Dog, so if I just come up there right now, still off on you, you're not gonna say it's a sucker punch? If I just come up there right now, Deputy Dog, and still off on you and knock them ugly ass glasses off your face, you're not gonna say that's a sucker punch, Deputy Dog? Come on, man. You look and sound stupid. Your mother should be embarrassed that she got with your father and you were produced. You are a waste of an orgasm.
I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, I take it. It looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out, and then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but they charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So
I don't know. I got to look and see. I don't know.
I saw a lot of violence. I think the public saw a lot of violence against somebody that was not violent.
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just saw the...
Bitch, I ain't stupid. I'm not the one sitting up there with ugly ass glasses on my face. Oh, that's a good pose right there. I don't know what them fingers. It look like a ring, a wedding band on the left hand and some other finger. That's probably a coon patrol. He probably in the coon patrol. That's probably their ring right there for the coon patrol. But like first of all, so I don't like when people try to talk to us like we stupid. That's one thing I really don't like is when somebody try to talk to us like we stupid and he's sitting up there looking like that, acting like we don't know what the hell we saw. I don't want you to try to convince people to see. Bitch, I saw what I saw. You gonna tell me I didn't see that? I saw that. Come on, bro. Let's listen to him say it again. Let's listen to him say it again so we can talk about him.
Things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, I take it. It looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out, and then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but they charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So I saw a lot of violence. I think the public saw a lot of violence against somebody that was not violent.
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just...
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. No, Eric, the public didn't see that, Eric. What the public saw was police officers carrying out the duties that they're supposed to carry out. Oh, excuse me. I'm saying what the white man told me to say because I want to keep my job as the sheriff of Jacksonville, Florida, even though all this crime and violence that we're doing nothing about in our thing. But I'm black. And because I'm black, you should listen to me because I'm black and I'm the authority on this. And I have the white man's hand up my butt. And, you know, I get down on my knees for white men every night in this uniform with this tie on. And they grab me by my tie and tie it tighter. I am a puppet for the white man. I tap dance. I wear tap dance shoes and white socks wherever I go and gloves on my hand because I was born a bitch. I lived a bitch and I'm going to die a bitch. Shut up, fool.
I saw the same videos you saw. So what we're doing, what I'm saying is that it is what it is. This is the information that I want to share with the public in context without a short clip. It's very important to do that because it provides a lot of information to the public. It's important, let me finish. It's important for the people to know that you're not allowed to resist a police officer when he's doing his lawful duties. It's been dealt with several different times. You don't resist when you're doing your lawful duties. You don't deserve to get violated, but you deserve to get what's necessary to get you under control and get you and take that.
But the punching to the face was not necessary to get him to comply because his resistance was not trying to snatch his hands away or not even allowing them to put his hands behind his back. That was not his resistance. His resistance was, I'm not getting out of my car. That was his resistance, right? I'm not getting out of my car. Once they put their hands on him, it didn't take them long to get him to the ground. And of course, now the man's afraid. So he's going to be fight or flight mode at this point because he's afraid. Adrenaline is high. But still, he isn't fighting back. He's not fighting them. He's not trying to pull away. We've seen enough of the video of that, right? So come on now. My dad is from Jacksonville. So yeah, my dad is from Jacksonville, and my dad is one of the most pro-black people I know. My dad would probably take one look at that man and spit on you, Sheriff.
Take you into custody. Sheriff, so I'll leave there. Go ahead.
One of the discrepancies people were seeing between the police report.
That's right, Jason.
And video, and even what we saw in that video was the allegation that McNeil had reached down for the knife. That was in the police report.
That's wrong. He did not reach down for a knife. There was nowhere in the video that he reached down for a knife. There is a narrative, and let me see if I can try to find that part in the narrative. 3 grams of marijuana, because it does in the police report. It does state that he had a knife. Where is it? Financial responsibility of possess, drug paraphernalia, resisting. So, well, let me just go through the charges on the police report. Let me just go in order. So, number 1 is possesses not more than 20 grams of marijuana. Number 2 is resisting officer without violence to his or her person. Number 3, use or possess with intent to use drug paraphernalia. 4, financial responsibility, driving while driver's license is suspended. Of course, now he was tripping for driving with a suspended license. He was. No headlights, rain, fog, smoke, etc. We know that's not true. That was number 5. Number 6 was Florida seatbelt law, driver not belted to be cited. That's not true. We know that. I saw something else additional. It said drugs, narcotics, equipment, equipment, weapons, other. It says he had a large knife. The description says he had a large knife. Resisting officer without violence to his or her person. So I don't see where the reporter was saying that it said that he was reaching for the knife. I don't see that. But It says, so I'm looking at Florida statute 790.115, possessing or discharging weapons or firearms at the school. Oh, well, no, this is not the one I want, because you can't have fires. But I have looked up early, so I looked it up. Can you, in Florida, can you possess a knife, right? Can you have a knife open carry? Can we open carry? Because I know Florida's open carry state. It says in Florida, you can generally own, possess, or carry or open carry knives, including switchblades and automatic knives. However, there are restrictions, particularly on concealed carry in certain locations. So, but the knife was on the floor and open, so it wasn't like a concealed carry situation. A permit is required for a concealed carry of any knife with a blade longer than 4 inches. So the report just says a large knife, but it doesn't give how long the blade was. Certain locations like schools, courthouses, and policing places restrict knife possessions regardless of the permit status. So we do know they're vague laws, but we do know that you can open carry a knife in the state of Florida.
Where'd you see, what police report did you see that in?
In the arrest report for McNeil, that was stated that the officer saw him, reach for the knife that was on the floorboard. The video that was posted to social media, and even in there, I couldn't see any clear indication of that. I mean, do you see that when you're watching this?
No, actually, I don't see where his hands are. I can't assume, Jake.
Hold on, what he said? Hold on, what he said? Let me get to the comment.
It's necessary to get you under control and get you and take you into custody. Sheriff, so I'll leave there. I'll go with. Go ahead.
One of the discrepancies people were seeing between the police report and what we saw in the video, and even what we saw in that video, was the allegation that McNeil had reached down for the knife,
which is false.
Where'd you see? What police report did you see that in?
In the arrest report for.
Now, yep. I didn't, like I say, the arrest report that I have, I didn't see that specifically that he reached for the knife. I didn't see that in the arrest report that I have in front of me.
For McNeil, that was stated that the officer saw him, reach for the knife that was on the floorboard. The video that was posted to social media, and even in there, I couldn't see any clear indication of that. I mean, do you see that when you're watching this?
No, actually, I don't see where his hands are.
You do see where his hand. You gonna see. I want to talk about his glasses specifically, but I don't want to offend other people with glasses. I don't want to offend other people with glasses, but you got on glasses and you ain't see that. I need to get my eyes checked and I saw that. Come on, man. Stop, bro. You do know we see you lying. I need to get me some sounds up in here. Bro, we see you lying. You look like a liar. Everything about you is a lie. Look at your, come on, deputy dog. Until we follow Dr. Claude Anderson's powernomics, this will continue to hold black. I do agree that we need to follow some of the powernomics. Well, we do need to follow Claude Anderson. It will greatly help us alleviate a lot of things. I do think Dr. Anderson holds an important piece to the puzzle that we do need to follow. These are the kinds of black folks they hire in these positions. Yeah. They always hire one of those yassa massa black folk who they in the black community, they gonna talk to us on some bull and then go behind the back and do what they need to do to make sure them pockets is greased. Yes, master. I's gonna do what you say, do, master.
I can't assume, Jake. No one can assume. I operate and we operate off facts and facts alone. I can't make assumption. All I can go.
You lying. You don't operate off of facts. You operate off what them white folk tell you to operate off. Stop lying.
When I read those things is what's stated in the report. I'm not saying whether it's true or whether it's not. I'm saying no one sees his hands at that.
From my understanding, they did find the knife. They do have the knife, but they didn't tell us the measurements of the knife. All they said it was a large knife.
Point. He says, put your hands up, then his hands come up. But it was after the strike to the face. Like I said, again, I'm not trying this case in front of the public. I'm trying to give the public the information in context of what happened.
Hey, being arrogant and non-compliant and driving with a suspended license does not warrant a beatdown. You crazy. No, That does not warrant a beat down. That warrants you being arrested, but not beat down. Are we serious? You come on, bro. You ain't serious. You ain't serious at all. You ain't. That doesn't warrant him to be beat. Right? Now, if you saying that we should understand the nature of them folk, then I get it. If you talking about we should understand the nature of them folk, but I don't know if that's what you're saying. Help me understand, because I hope you ain't saying like, you know, he should have got beat down. Being arrogant, non-compliant, and driving with suspended license does not warrant you being punched in the face and beat down. It doesn't.
No one saw his hands at that point. Don't know what happened from there, but that's part of the investigative process. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Buddy was definitely tripping. Buddy was definitely tripping, riding around with the suspended license. He was definitely tripping.
Custody of the cell phone that he was using to record the incident?
Yes. Put it in the property room.
Okay, that also was not in the report.
But he got it back with all the information still on it.
So can I get back to the sucker punch?
The young lady back there had a question. We can get back to you in a second, Eric.
So did this incident rise to the level that a response to resistance report was generated?
Yes.
Has that been reviewed? And it's still under review? What was the outcome?
So here's the process. When force is used, a response to resistance report is written. It goes to the supervisors. The supervisors then, at that point, review body cam footage. So they would have reviewed this. But you can't see, admittedly, you can't see the strike at all.
Yes, you can see the strike. You lying again. We can see the strike. We have the footage. Everybody on this stream been seeing the strike. Everybody who's watched this footage been seeing the strike. How the hell you don't see the strike? What's wrong with you in your classes? How can't you see that strike? What's wrong with you in your eyes that you didn't see that strike? Just say, hey, my boss told me to say this. I'm saying this so the white folk can still love me because I want to keep my job at the end of the day. Man, y'all folk in Jacksonville, get his ass up out of there.
So it's very difficult. Had they seen that, it probably would have risen to another level.
And he was asking for the supervisor the whole time. He first asked for the supervisor when his door was open.
Somebody else would have gone further, which is why we didn't really know at that time that all this had taken place. I'm a big believer in being honest and upfront, and if something like that happens,
There you go, Jason. The strike is not on the body cam of the police officer, but the strike is on the cam of William McNeil Jr. And one of the angles, one of the police officer videos, the body cam videos, we don't see the actual strikes, but we can see the striking motions. We see 5, 6 pumping striking motions. We see that. Come on, Deputy Dog.
I'll tell you about it, like everything else that we've done. But it's very important to make sure we get this stuff out here in context so folks can see it. Yes, ma'am.
Sheriff, what are your thoughts on the video that was posted on social media? And here's one of the officers kind of turns off, the video turns off what's being recorded. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know that he turned it off. I know that at some point we stopped it, but we wanted to make sure you got a chance to see both views from the officers that were dealing with him publicly, talking to him face to face. At some point it does turn off, but usually when the interaction's over is when that happens. And that's why we're still looking. That's why we look at the entire process. That's why we check for JSO policy violations. I can't give you right now whether they turned it off at the right time or at the wrong time. This is my opportunity to share the information with the public, right? And so now we still continue to refer to the social media video. Well, I just showed you body cam videos with much more information. Let's acknowledge that because that's important.
How the hell does the body cam video gives us a different angle, a different perspective from the walk up, but the actual crux of it, we can see enough from William McNeil Jr.'s video, and we put both. That's why here I put both together so we can see from both angles. Yo, sheriffs acted as race soldiers, and we can see you are a black race soldier yourself.
The importance is I'm showing you the video, the body cam video from the entire incident from start until they had to turn it off or we stopped it for time, for time's sake.
Do you know if McNeel ever filed a formal complaint?
He did not. He did not.
Never came up in
He never filed a formal complaint, which we'd have been all over it, you know, if had that been the case.
Stop.
But he did not. Go ahead, Eric.
So I just want to get back to the punch. This is just to be a yes or no question.
Wait, Eric, are you going to tell me how to answer a question?
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it simple.
All right, go ahead.
Was it appropriate for the officer to punch this guy in the jaw after he'd already broken the window? Was that yes or no? Was that appropriate?
It depends on the circumstances.
Bitch, we talking about this circumstance. This particular circumstance. No, it depends on the circumstance. It depends on this circumstance. Was it appropriate in this specific circumstance for William McNeil Jr. to be punched in the face? Stop acting. Well, you might not be acting stupid. You might not be acting stupid. Yeah.
But it's already determined it's not criminal. Now we're going to look for JSO policy violations. How about that? Is that good?
Well, if a civilian did that to another civilian, they would be in handcuffs.
No, not necessarily. It depends on the circumstance.
Stop lying. If I come up there and slap the dog shit out you right now, I'm not going to get arrested. It depends on the circumstance. You haven't done anything physically to me. You ain't done anything physically to me. Even if you just talking junk to me, that does not give me to right. Yeah, that's why I caught myself. I like, he ain't acting. He really retarded. He's really, his growth and development didn't mature all the way what it's supposed to be. He ain't all the way there. His father and his mother was drinking malt liquor when they made him. He's a malt liquor baby. Believe that.
That's the situation. I know that's how you want it to be. I know there's a tendency to want to be some massive cover up that is not. That's why I'm here. I stand up, we talk to you about what happened, we give you what we can give you, then it's up to you guys to report it. But
do you think the public is going to buy that?
I don't know. My point is,
do you think the black community is going to buy that?
Don't use the black thing. I'm a black man. Wait, hold on, Eric, hold on.
No, you're not. You just got darker skin than some other folk, but I'm a black man. No, don't be black now. Don't be black now. A black man was attacked by your sheriffs, and now you want to be black? Man, come on, man. You know what the hell this is. You know what this is. The black community, we are looking at you like you a tap dancing fool. Shut up.
Hold on, stop for a second.
Hold on, stop.
Because you're trying to be incendiary, and this is not the time for it. This is me sharing information with our public, right? The whole statements about the black issue. I wouldn't work here if we're after black men or black people, period.
Stop lying, boy. Now I'm talking to you disrespectful, boy. Stop lying, boy. We know about meritorious manumission. We know about you Negroes, you bootlicker.
I can tell you he wouldn't. I can tell you any other African American or black male or female that works here wouldn't work here if our black citizens are under siege.
Lying ass boy.
Not the case.
Lying ass boy.
I've been alive probably a little bit longer than you have. Haven't had any of these issues. You know why? Because if I was ever stopped by the police, which I was when I was a young man, and they asked me to do something, I did it. It's simple. Simple compliance. It doesn't rise.
But where in the statute does it says you can't ask questions and you can't request a supervisor? Where is that? Where does it say you can't ask questions, you can't request a supervisor? Because if we go back through the statutes, for those of us if you just joined the stream late, if you look at Florida statutes, 316.217 1B, it says that every vehicle operated upon a highway within the state shall display lighted lamps and illuminating devices as herein respectively required from different classes of vehicles, subject to B, during any rain, during any rain, smoke, or fall, not before or after, but during any rain. There was no smoke or no fog, so only rain. So he shouldn't have been stopped in the first place. Now, on the other hand, his ass shouldn't have been driving in the first place either because he had a suspended license. But his lights did not need to be on, and he had a seatbelt on. Yeah.
It doesn't get out of control. That stuff doesn't happen then. Do as we ask you to do. If you don't like the word compliance, just do as we ask you to do then, so that we can get finished. Then you tell us about it if you feel like your rights were violated, and we can deal with it. That's the way it should work. Every single time. Yes, ma'am.
The officer that has been stripped of his authority, does he have a disciplinary history at all?
Not that I know of. We'd have to look, but I don't think so. We'll get you that answer. Anyone else?
Any idea how long this internal investigation may take?
It's hard to tell, but we're trying to get it done as quickly as possible. There are other cases working, but we're trying to get it done as quickly as possible because we want to, like I said, we want to share as much as we can as quickly as we can because it's that important. Good? All right, thanks, y'all.
All right, so I'm gonna take this video down and I'm gonna get to William McNeil's.
We're joined now by William McNeel.
William McNeil's getting a chance to speak on what happened, but recognize these comments. And I appreciate y'all commenting on the video. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Please hit that like button. We want to make sure we run these likes up so more people can see this information and we can get it out. We can talk because we're about building over here. We are about building over here in these on the shoulders of giant streets. And yes, white power and black face. Right. And they be under siege because of the likes of you trying. True. Right. Yeah. Yep. Hey man, I appreciate y'all on here dropping these jewels and dropping these statements and everything, making sure we think on a higher level. Critical thinking over here. We put our critical thinking hats on and we don't take them off. So this is William McNeil Jr. getting to speak out on what happened to him.
We're joined now by William McNeel and his attorney, Harry Daniels. We thank you both so much for joining us tonight. William, let's start with you. Walk us through what happened and what led you to turn your camera on and start filming on your phone.
Well, the officer put his hand on his gun and out for me if I closed my door and start recording. I did what was best. Yeah, so
They said your headlights were not on and should have been on in what they described as inclement weather, correct?
Yeah, correct.
But there are those people who would say, hey, why not just cooperate when they're pulling you over? Why lock yourself inside the car and refuse to get out initially?
That's where I felt safe at. I wasn't going to get out the car because my head was during the daytime. And then you put your hand on your gun and reach out for me. I fear for my life. And I know how officers of JSO are towards black men here in Jacksonville.
What went through your mind at that moment when the deputy broke your window and punches you in the face?
The officer didn't know the law either. The police officer didn't know the law either. So now what?
As you sit in the car.
I was surprised. I was scared, frightened. I grew up being told that officers protect us, but that wasn't the case.
How did you feel when you heard the sheriff say that the state's attorney's office found no criminality in the deputy's actions?
I haven't been listening to the sheriff.
Mr. Daniels, your reaction?
My reaction to no criminality is it's not shocking, not surprising by JSO. As William put it, JSO has a history of brutality against African-American males. We have represented multiple people against JSO.
Yeah, so the sheriffs were not charged, and no charges were filed against the sheriffs in this terroristic attack on William McNeil Jr.
And it always started some type of pretextual stop, like a seatbelt infraction, which is a civil violation, $15 fine, and in some cases leading to young men being killed, some been savagely beaten. So I echo what William is saying, who's afraid of JSO. JSO has a brutal history of treating young African Americans very harsh and using unlawful use of force. To the prosecuting office not bringing criminal charges, it's ridiculous.
Mr. Daniels, you have said that you plan to file a lawsuit. When do you expect to take legal action, and what do you hope to see ultimately as the outcome?
Well, we are in the process of taking legal action, not just taking legal action in a civil matter. We also seeking redress from the Department of Justice. I know that may be shocking to some due to the current administration, but nevertheless, we're going to move formally request the Department of Justice to come into this particular matter, and we'll see what happens.
William, you said earlier today that growing up as a black man, you learned not to fight officers on the streets, but to fight in court. What kind of outcome are you hoping to see ultimately from a lawsuit?
The outcome that we all hoping to see, justice. Justice for all black men, across America, across the world. It happens not just here, but everywhere. I'm not the only person this done happened to. It's far worse has happened.
What would justice look like for you?
Fighting for what's right, better training of our officers, and better officers.
Has this impacted your outlook on police? Has it impacted you emotionally?
Emotionally, I have mixed emotions. I'm terrified of police currently. Anytime I see a cop, I really just don't want to be around them. Sometimes I get angry when I see a cop, but I don't let that affect me daily. I don't drive anymore, and that's pretty much it. No, I barely can sleep. That is another thing. Yeah, I can barely sleep. I get like 2 hours of sleep a night. I have flashbacks and nightmares,
William McNeel, Harry Daniels, we thank you both so much for your time. Really appreciate you joining us tonight.
So it's a little bit of
Drop no suspended license. That entire stop was not just pretextual, racial.
Hold up. Hey, man. It's not illegal to ask, why am I being stopped? And it's not illegal to ask for a supervisor. Could he have done some things different? Yes. Could officers, well, you got to remember the police officers are at work. You are the ones who are. It's required for you to be professional, to act professional, because you are at work and you signed up to be somebody who protects the citizens, right? So it's not, he wasn't aggressive. He wasn't a threat to anybody, right? He asked for a supervisor early. Let's not act like we ain't see the video. He asked for a supervisor early. When he first opened the door, the officer asked him why he's opening the door. He explained to him why he's opening the door. Then he asked for a supervisor. Now, when he closed the only non-compliant thing he was actually doing was staying in the car, and he stated why he stayed in the car. Hey, man, hey, it's cool. We're going to agree to disagree, Dark Kent. We're going to agree to disagree, my brother. It's always about justice. What do morals look like for ones? There are no morals. There are no morals. There are no morals when dealing with race soldiers. When dealing with white supremacy, throw morals out the window. You heard him. Well, those cops need their asses whooped, because you shouldn't be patrolling these areas like this. Treat people like human beings. It's not that difficult. Now, and I get what you're saying. I agree with you, L. Jackson. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm just saying, that's just my first thought about the cops. Cops need their ass whooped, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot, my bad. Get back to, I done missed my spot. Where was it? Into the beginning of this. All right.
Facts. And everybody saw the video. You can release all the body cameras you want, but the body camera, the cell phone footage was unedited. It is a reality.
You could talk about a knife being in the car, but it was not a weapon because he did not weaponize it. He stayed calm. The only weapon that day was a Jacksonville sheriff office. The nation saw it. Everybody saw it. And we are here for redress and get justice for the McNeel family.
Amen.
Nothing more, nothing less. William have a long road to recovery to go. I'm not going to get in his injuries. You see pictures and things online, but William attended Livingston College, band scholarship. His president is here today. So this narrative, they always have this narrative being, you know, he was a thug.
Right.
He was a criminal.
Yeah.
That's the narrative.
Yes, sir.
But William was doing everything. Come here, William. William was doing everything right.
Everything.
A college student on scholarship, doing what's required of him to be a better person. And all he did was exercise his fundamental rights, his God-given rights, to answer a simple question. Why are you stopping me?
Yeah.
For not having headlights on during the day? Did y'all see the video where the officers came with no headlights on? No windshield wiping? No smoke? No fog? No rain? So anybody would be confused, why are you stopping me? And he exercised their right to answer that question, and they bullied him, intimidated him, broke his window, and beat him and caused permanent injuries. Look, I'm gonna step aside. We got a lot of folks up here to get a chance to speak. Here, we'll come back for a Q&A. We will have a limited Q&A with William. His parents is here. Solomon's, Latoya, and his stepfather Alton is here as well, wearing the red. Next, I'm gonna bring up my good friend, my colleague, Attorney Ben. We home, we in Florida, so I had to bring him home. Ben Crump, come on. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Attorney Harry Daniels. I'm honored to co-counsel with you and Attorney Keefe and all these great lawyers, Attorney Jackson and Attorney Robinson, because this is a very, very important case. As Attorney Daniels said, when William was stopped, there was no rhyme or reason, no rationale for them stopping him. I mean, this was a classic case of driving while black. And I applaud William McNeil for keeping his demeanor, his calmness. I mean, Attorney Daniels, I thought the trained police officers were supposed to be the ones to de-escalate the matter. They were the ones escalating the matter while this young man represented the best of us. He kept calm. He was trying to de-escalate the matter. He just kept asking simply, why are you stopping me? I mean, think about that. I understand the sheriff said anti-police. No, no, no. It's not anti-police when an American citizen asks, why are you stopping me? That is an American citizen exercising his constitutional rights. That's what William was doing. He was exercising his constitutional rights. And Attorney Daniels and I seek to remind America that we are a democracy, that we believe in the Constitution, and that all American citizens have a right to the protections of the Constitution, that this is not a police state where the police are above the law and that they have no accountability. No, the last time I checked, America is still a democracy, and our citizens still have a right to the Constitution. It goes without saying that the leaders now have to step up and be leaders. Look at that video. Look at that video with your own eyes. Listen with your own ears. We have audio, visual evidence, proof of what happened. Nobody has to narrate it for us. To the sheriff, respectfully, you can't justify this. You can't condone this. You have to condemn this. You have to look at that video and say, this does not reflect our training, our policies, or our values. And you need to terminate that officer immediately. Immediately. Because as Attorney Daniels and I deliberated over this matter, if you don't terminate this officer and you condone this type of police excessive force, then it sends a message to all of the other police officers on the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office team. It tells them it is okay.
Hey man, look, I live in Tallahassee, Florida, down here with Ben Crump. I live in Tallahassee, Florida. Hey man, I will say this: I am not a fan of Ben Crump. I will say that.
For you to treat citizens like this, it is okay to treat black motorists like this. In America, it is not okay. It is not okay to treat our citizens like this. I know you're going to hear from his mother.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. I do feel bad for the brother William McNeil Jr. for going through the bull that he went through with these race soldiers out here in Jacksonville, Florida. You know, in the state of Florida, man, you know, a lot of people think Florida sunshine, beaches, and everything is nice down here, but nah, it's full of racism. It's full of racism, and this is North Florida as well. So the officers are not charged in this case, but I hope William McNeil Jr. sue the pants off the sheriff's department and get what he deserves from that. Now, once again, he should not have been driving in the first place because he had a suspended license. So I will say that he should not have been driving in the first place because he had a suspended license. But according to the statute, he did not have to have his headlights on at that time, and he did have his seatbelt on. Now, it didn't help to have weed in his pocket. So driving with a suspended license, having weed in his pocket were not the best things for him. We can debate all day whether him sitting in the car and refusing to get out was the best thing or the worst thing to do. He stated that he was afraid, so that's why he did not get out. Nothing he did warranted him being beat up by the cops. I don't care what anybody says. Nothing he did warranted being beat up by the cops. Could he just have been, because he could have been restrained and everything without him being punched in the face. They didn't have to punch him in the face. Somebody was feeling themselves. That's what happened. Because remember, at the video at the beginning, it was about keeping Negroes in their place. So let's remember that. So, of course, you know, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking me out, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's look at some of these comments. Dark and easy for one to say you were never too sure on how you respond to situation where your mind. True. Ben Crump getting paid, but right now we ain't prepared to do what needs to be done to stop it. Yeah. If they get rid of qualified immunity, which protects cops from civil lawsuits, this will end the majority of the racial incidents. Hey, man, if you can sue the pants off them cops personally, definitely that would curb behavior, right? In 2009, the FBI determined the police departments across America had been infiltrated and compromised by white supremacists. Yeah, we know them race soldiers, man. We know they in there. So, Bulldog Black, I appreciate you for tuning in and commenting. L. Jackson, I appreciate you. Ali Cologne, I appreciate you. Kobe Javers, I appreciate you. Jason Reels Network, I appreciate you. Dark King, even though we're going to agree to disagree, I appreciate you for tuning in, my brother. Who else? Kush, I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you. Who else? Of course, Tiffany B. You already know what it is. I'm finna see you in a little bit anyway, Tiffany. So Damon Reeves, my brother Damon, I appreciate you for continuously supporting over here, Black America Television News and Information. I appreciate you. Thank you. Of course, Jason Reels Network. If I haven't said your name, Jason Reels Network. Thank you as always. Kush, thank you as always. Little Englander. Hey, I don't know what to say about you. I don't know what to say about you, Little Englander. Kevin Brinarski, I appreciate you for tuning in and commenting. What's this? To the Black Palladian, peace to you. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. So look, let's make sure we are doing what we need to do to act as a unit and better protect ourselves and be able to defend ourselves against these white supremacists. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. You have lost conscious Black people, then unconscious Black people, then you got the puppets and yes, yep. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do, but that's why we're doing what we're doing on the social media platform and in real life. So let's make sure we're doing what we need to do in real life to make sure we are better and our communities are better. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Yes. Let's be better so we have better outcomes and better futures. I appreciate y'all. I got to go. Catch y'all later.